Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back today talking about everything you need to know about New Game Plus version 2.0. So, we've gotten some additional questions on the channel. I've gotten some additional clarification on things that I've read in some forums and thought it would be good to take the old video down, put this one up to have a more complete setup for you guys. So, first question that had come up since the old video was, how do I even start a New Game Plus? I figured if you had questions about New Game Plus, you might actually know how to start one, but apparently that is a question that needs to be answered. So, in order to start New Game Plus, you need to go in and create a new game, and once you get all the way through the new game, take care of the final boss. After that point, after the credits, when you come back to the point at which you can start a new game, you're going to have the option to start a New Game Plus. Now, difficulty settings. Once you complete a new game, you're going to have access to I never asked for this difficulty. There's a achievement slash trophy tied to this, and this has come up in questions. What you're not going to have access to ever is in New Game Plus. You're not going to see I never asked for this difficulty. Previously, the thought was that once you completed New Game Plus once, it would work like New Game and you'd get that difficulty, but that is not the case. No matter what difficulty you complete New Game Plus on, you will never get access to I never asked for this difficulty. So keep that in mind. If you're going to go for this achievement or this trophy, you're going to have to do it in a new game. Okay, so the next question was, how do I tell the difference between my New Game saves and my New Game Plus saves? If you go to load a game, down to the right-hand corner there, you see that New Game Plus tag, and then here's one without it. So that's the differentiating factor between your save games, so that way you don't get confused as to which save game is which. Next question was around World State. So let's get into World State, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. Alright, World State. So, when you get done with a new game playthrough, the game is going to take all your decisions, choices, and the consequences that were wrapped up with those and put them into this nice little profile that's going to follow you into New Game Plus. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any impact on New Game Plus, but it's the basis for your New Game Plus playthrough. So, all the your spec, a lot of your gear, some of your storage stuff, all that stuff, and your decisions all get wrapped up into this and follow you into New Game Plus. When you complete another New Game playthrough, say you decided, hey, I made it through on regular difficulty, and now I'm going to go back and do I never asked for this and get that trophy. Okay, when you get to the end of that playthrough, you're going to get this prompt on the screen that says, are you sure you want to overwrite your New Game Plus save game data? And it's not actually overwriting the saved games that you may already have if you started a New Game Plus playthrough. What it's overwriting is that profile of your choices and consequences and decisions that you made from your most recent playthrough in New Game mode. If you complete a New Game Plus playthrough, you will never get this prompt because the profile that is saved for your choices and decisions is always based off of your New Game playthrough. So I'm guessing that all these choices and decisions, although they have no effect on New Game Plus, they're probably going to somehow tie into DLC, and that is why it's persisting this information in the way that it does. So we're going to have to see when DLC comes out if that's the case, but my guess is that there's going to be certain stuff that goes on in the DLC that is going to be tailored to decisions you made through the base retail version of the game. So who you chose to allow to die, save, kill, etc. I think that's probably going to come into effect with the DLC. Only time will tell, but that's my guess. So all your New Game Plus playthroughs are definitely going to be based on your New Game playthroughs. You will never get this prompt with New Game Plus. So whatever decisions you've made in the game, if you were thinking of overriding those using a New Game Plus playthrough, you're not going to get this prompt at the end of any New Game Plus. So if you have more questions about that, put them in the comment section. I'd be happy to go over it. But right now, as I said, I don't really think it means anything. I really just believe that going forward into DLC, we're going to somehow see this stuff tie in. But that's it for this. Let's talk about the most important thing, which is what transfers with you into New Game Plus, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. All right, let's talk about what transfers and what doesn't. So, first things first, your personal inventory. Everything that you have in Adam's actual inventory that's on him when you go to London at the end of your new game playthrough is going to carry with you into your new game plus playthrough. That's all your weapons, all your weapon attachments, everything you have attached to the weapons, everything that's separate, all your credits, ammo, crafting parts, all your multi-tools, your hacking software, your neuropazine, everything that you have in your personal inventory is going to transfer into New Game Plus. So that is awesome. What's not going to transfer is things that you have in your apartment wall storage. So if you left anything in those three storage containers inside Adam's apartment, nothing that was left in those storage containers is going to go through to New Game Plus with you. This also includes DLC storage. So with DLC storage, I know there was a lot of controversy around this. So anything that you pull out of your DLC storage, if you don't keep it in Adam's personal inventory, it will be lost forever. It will never go with you into New Game Plus. It's not going to respawn in the DLC storage area. It's just gone. So be aware of that. Praxis points, Praxis kits. Okay. Every Praxis point that you've spent is going with you to New Game Plus. Every Praxis point that you've been holding on to that hasn't been spent is also going to go with you into New Game Plus. So you don't have to worry about losing any of your Praxis points. Now, collectibles, triangle codes, ebooks, email, pocket secretaries, forget about them entirely. They will not go with you into New Game Plus. You can't just miss a triangle code and think, oh, I'll get that final one in New Game Plus. Or if you're working on your tablet collector trophy with the ebooks, if you pick up 70 out of the 75 ebooks, figure I'll get the next 5 in New Game Plus. It doesn't work that way. So Breach software I didn't mention because Breach software is a little bit different. So you can pick up Breach software in any of your playthroughs, and as long as you turn them in, what you've turned in will still register in New Game Plus. So if you've picked up 5, you went to the Tech Noir vendor, turned those 5 in, and it registered them as being traded, you're going to see in New Game Plus that those 5 were also traded. So just FYI, that does kind of carry with you, but it's not like you're going to be able to pick up the same 5 again, trade them in, and move yourself along that grid at the bottom for traded. It's not going to re-register the same 5 you've already traded in. It doesn't work that way. But it does persist what you've already traded in, so that's kind of nice. But otherwise, in general, the physical Breach software discs aren't going to carry with you. If you didn't trade them in, they're just going to get wiped out and you're going to have to go collect them again. So, your build. What the hell happens to my build, right? So, everything about your build is going to get preserved. So, all the Praxis points you've spent, the way you have your build set up, all that is going to be persisted into New Game Plus. All the AUGs, it's all going to be the same. You don't have to worry about any of that changing, having to go back and reallocate points or anything along those lines. Now, if you completed Kohler's quest to keep your AUGs from overheating with the neuroplasticity calibrator, that is also going to be preserved. You will have the option in New Game Plus to complete that quest again for the experience, but you won't need to do it in order to keep your AUGs from overheating. So if you have a bunch of experimental AUGs turned on and you've already completed that quest in your New Game playthrough, when you get to New Game Plus, you're not going to have to worry about overheating being an issue. The last thing is that when you do meet with Kohler in New Game Plus, previously he took all the Praxis points that were previously allocated for you in your kind of the tutorial mission, the black market buy mission in Dubai, and allowed you to reallocate them yourself. So he kind of quote unquote reset you. When you get into New Game Plus and meet with him for the first time, he's not going to reset you. So that's definitely something to keep in mind based on how you have things set up. Whatever you took with you, whatever config, whatever setup you took with you into New Game Plus, Cooler is not going to reset you like he did in New Game. So that's it for everything that goes with you, kind of how New Game Plus works. Hopefully we've covered some more questions that have come up since we posted the original video, given some additional clarification on difficulty, and helped you sort out the details of New Game Plus. If you have any other questions, please post them in the comments section below. I'm happy to go over anything. I have now been through. I started a couple New Game Plus playthroughs with different builds, playing around with it, but I never actually, hit the trigger and completed them. But now I've completed 2 of them just to see what happens in different ways, and I think I have a good handle on all of this now. So if you do have good questions, or even bad ones, I think I can help you out. But that's it for this. I hope it helped you. If it did, I'd appreciate a like on the vid or a sub on the channel. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.